Welcome to something special. Welcome to TEDx. This TEDx event is part of a global conversation that takes place every day in every corner of the world. In schools, in theaters, in workplaces, even in prisons, people gather to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. More than 3,000 TEDx events are held every year in 170 countries. It's a remarkable thing. TEDx events are self-organized under a license from TED, a non-profit organization devoted to discovering and sharing powerful ideas in the form of TED Talks. It's not TED itself, but your local TEDx team of volunteers that has done all the work to put on today's event, including booking all of the speakers. It's this team's ideas, dedication, and time that have made this possible. We really hope today's program sparks an exciting conversation. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you will take out. And now, on with the show.
On my graduation day from Trinity University of Technology, and during the farewell dinner, we were all asked a simple but routine question by our department chairman. What are your plans after graduation? So, one by one, we went around the dinner table answering this question. I can still remember the majority of the answer is about getting a high-paid job, find a partner to get married with, and buy a proper house with the kid too. So I think that matches a traditional growth path of adulthood. First, to cultivate yourself to be a better person, then to raise a decent family. Eventually, you grew a fair kingdom, and finally, to make the world a better place. Now, 15 years ago, at the age of 21, I sincerely believe I must follow the same path of legacy, of manhood, to get married before 30 and run my own business afterwards. I shouldn't be dismissive, and that is not to say we all need to be convinced that the marriage and raise a kid is something that we all must take. Now, for the new generation of young people, they don't hesitate to think out of the box. So they are willing to take risks. They are willing to have ambitions. According to the Civil Affairs Statistical Report Bulletin 2020, the domestic marriage rate continues to shrink from 9 to 6.6 per marriage. And meanwhile, the divorce rate has been elevating from 2.8 to 6.4 per marriage. In contrast, the number of newborn dropped rapidly from 17 million in year 2017 to 12 million in year 2020, according to the National Name Report from the Ministry of Public Security of People's Republic of China. So, for some reasons, there are less couples and less babies. That creates a serious problem to the society, also to individuals. According to this raising a red flag to individuals. According to Maslow's famous theory of the hierarchy of needs, the human's fundamental needs is physiological needs and safety needs. China's economy has been growing so fast and so rapidly in the past few decades. The people's living standard have been improving dramatically. Those two needs have been met long ago. Upon the meet of those needs, people seek love and belonging. This raises another red flag to our people. How do they meet the rigid requirements, the rigid demand for companionship? No matter what you achieve in life, whether it is financial success, career success, regardless of your social position, people need long-term and stable companionship. How do we cope with that problem? I think the best and the long-tested and the deliberate solution is to raise pets. Due to the globalization in the past decades, the world used to be very flat, but because of the reason of multilateralism and therefore de-globalization, our world is very polarized and very divided. So it is better to look into the domestic market as a proportion. According to the white paper of China Pet Industry 2020, there are 100 million pets in Chinese family in the year 2019, and the figure is expected to jump to 248 million in year 2023. And for the market side, it was 221 billion in year 2019, 300 billion in year 2020. And the market size is expected to jump to about 6 billion in year 2024. That creates a tremendous opportunity to us. Along with the giant market size, if you look deep into the portion, the biggest portion, 15%, is pet supply, which includes pet toys, pet food, pet appliance, and pet clinics. And the rest, about 38%, is to pet services, including pet care management, pet walking services, pet funeral and management services, and most importantly, pet medical services. So, along with the market rapidly grows, the pet owners' requirements getting higher and higher. So they want to raise the pet with decency. So that requires decent pet products and special made tools. So the one we mentioned that is they want first they want better healthy food. So they don't just eat enough, but also eat well. They eat for nutrition, eat for health, eat for longevity. And secondly, they want the playability into toys, so that the toy which with the environmental friendly design are the most impressive one. And the last but not least, there is a significant requirement that cannot be ignored in the age of Internet of Things. That the people want to be connected, they want to be posted about the status, they want to remotely control the device and better serve their masters. So they want those products and tools to be intellectualized. For example, a smart water dispenser can dispense water with a motion sensor, can dispense water when the pet is preserved to be approaching. And a cycle counter will remind the owner to replace the freezer pack through smartphone apps. A smart feeder which can deliver food in a well-managed manner, guided feeding, that can deliver food with a predefined schedule based upon the different pet type and pet's development status. A full functional pet nest can determine the surroundings and adjust the temperature dynamically, so we can provide the pets with a cozy sweet home which is neither too chilly or too hot. And the device is supposed to be self-cleaning. With the help with the enablement of those smart devices, we can provide a higher quality and standard of the living standard for those pets. King Charles IV used to say, I speak Spanish to God, Italian to women, French to men, and German to my horse. We tend to speak different language to different objects. As Neil Magazine used to say, if you speak to someone in a language you understand, it goes into his head. But if you speak to someone in his mother tongue, it goes into his heart. Imagine yourself creating a machine, smart machine, that can translate pet language. What will you achieve in the global pet market? Thank you.